Do you think fairies exist? Have you ever seen a fairy? I've never seen a fairy, but I think if they're real, they would love to live in a garden, especially one as magical as this one. So today we're going to build them a house. I'm Shannon from City Sprouts, and I am very excited to be here at Joslyn Castle outside exploring the garden today. Joslyn Castle is a super magical place. I used to come up here when I was a kid, and I always wondered what happened in that castle and what sort of magical things were going on. There are 3 steps to making your fairy house. The first one is picking a good spot. You want to pick a spot that is kind of secret and where the fairy house is not going to get smashed or ruined or run over by a dog. You want it to be a safe space for the fairies. I like to make them up in trees sometimes, but also down on the ground is good. So I've started making this one next to the bottom of this beautiful tree, and I like this spot too because there are these little knots in the tree that have kind of hollows in them, and I imagine the fairies being able to climb up here, fly up here, and hide in these little spots. But you have to choose a spot that feels right to you. The second step in building your fairy house is to gather all of your materials. So I spent some time and walked all around the grounds here at Joslyn, and I gathered some things that I thought would make a beautiful house and a strong house for the fairies. I'm going to show you some of those things. Something that was really helpful to me is to have a good basket with a handle to put everything in. But you could use a box, you could put them in your pockets, whatever you have. We only want to get things that are from nature, so probably not any plastic or metal, but things like plants and sticks and all of that. So I'll show you what I found. Bark. This is bark from a big tree, big pieces. This is strong, great for building the walls of a house. Sticks. This one is cool because it has lots of little holes in it. More bark. I got some berries that I thought were really neat that the fairies might like. Some of these little evergreens with little blueberries on them. Pine cones, more sticks. Rocks. Rocks are good too. Some houses are made of stone. And acorns. I found a bunch of acorns too. So these are all neat things, but there's so many different things you can find. Even grass or flowers. I did find earlier some pine needles that I thought would make a nice soft bed for a fairy. So I put those in there too. So you gather up all your materials, take as long as you want, explore while you're doing it, and then you're ready to build your house. All right, I'm going to use my bark as my walls. Maybe a smaller one. Ooh, I know. And if your fairy house falls over, just keep going, start again. You can try out a lot of different things. So I built a little roof and the walls, and I really like to decorate my fairy house, so I might stick, this is a feather I found. Might stick a feather in there. I found this milkweed pod, and I wanted to use it like a little bed. Maybe 2 little beds for 2 fairy friends. And these are the seeds from the milkweed, and they're really soft and fluffy when they dry out, so I thought I'd put those in there like soft little blanket. And then this is like a little, maybe there's like a little tree kind of thing outside. So these are the top of acorns, and they make really good bowls for fairies. With these little berries I found. Maybe when they find their house, they'll be really excited to have berries for dinner. Let's see. Maybe like a little, need a little bench or something. Does that look good? Oh yeah. That's kind of like a little present for the fairies. Maybe some of these pretty... There we go. That's it. a little house for fairies. And you could make it all the way closed in, more like a cave, or you could even make them a hammock or a little tent. So that's it. Fairy house.